Welcome to the NMAA podcast, the best basketball league in Orlando and the longest running Muslim sports league in America. Based out of sunny Orlando in Florida, featuring weekly game previews, player stats, heated rivalries, and guest stars. Now, your hosts, Waris Sahir, the Comish, Omer Zahid, the Don, Dev Lackman. Take it away, fellas.
What's going on, NMAA family? We are back with another season of the podcast. I am joined by the new co-host this season.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? You know, it's your boy Devo. What up, Morris?
Devo Stretch Jackson.
You know it.
And shout out Devo, man. Welcome to the podcast crew. How you doing today,
Thank you for
Devo?
having me. Man, bless. Man, bless. You know, that's all I can say. That's all I can say, brother.
I love that. Especially you went before everybody except Patrick. So
Yeah.
I know you're feeling yourself like, I know Devo's whole thing against me, he probably does it against Amir too, where he's like, I don't know why these guys are going before me. I'm busting their, you know what? So now we can't say that because guess what? Your ass went before all of us. So I'm going to say it to you this time, right?
You should. But that you know, I think that I kind of like lost my edge now because
You
you
feeling
know,
yourself a little bit?
yeah, I
No,
got
I
picked
got that.
side. Yeah.
Yeah, you got to come out spicy. You can't come out spicy when people being sweet to you. Pause.
Very false, because I'm not gonna come out spicy and I'm not gonna come out sweet. Like none of that's going on here. Like, time out. What are we doing? Hey, yo.
Good debut for the podcast, Devo. No, so I mean, we got a good pod for you boys. We got the draft recap. We're gonna go over the grades and we're gonna pick the week 1 games. But
Oh yeah.
first and foremost, we're going to do a draft recap. And this is an easy way to do it, Debo. You got the draft sheet in front of you. We'll go through each round, and I'm going to highlight every pick. And you tell me which pick stood out to you, which pick maybe you thought, oh, this guy went a little earlier than I thought, or this guy went a little later than I thought, right?
Yeah.
So we'll kick it off. League draft, round 1. 99ers first pick, Akbar Yassin, has been a first pick before, will be a first pick again. I don't think it was shocking. But
No.
what was shocking was Ramsey trading away his second round pick to trade up 4 spots to go get AK.
Yeah.
I get the AK trade up in most seasons, right? But in this league, and we'll go over it, I felt like there were some guys that you could be like, all right, I'm okay with not trading up because I'm getting this guy at 5. Now, again, there's more than just basketball reasons for that trade. I do think if I was on the first pick, I think I'd pick AK as well. But would I give a king's ransom to go get him? Depends on where I am. So
Yeah.
we'll go over the next couple of picks. Number 2, Aksa picked Darius Donaldson. First time in semi. Muttaqin picked Patrick Sturgeon. First time non-99er, by the way.
Yeah. Yeah.
So when he first made that trade, did we think he was going to get Patrick? Did you think that, Debo?
No, I think, and it's not in a bad way. I think that Ramsey was like, okay, that's my guy, but I've picked him first the last 24 seasons, and it hasn't panned out. Not because Pat hasn't been hooping, because he's been hooping the whole time. Has nothing to do with that. But I guess it
Right.
was like, let me go another way with the first pick and let me change things up. So I think that's all it was. It was like, okay, I keep on doing the same thing, and maybe I need to change that up. And I think that's all it was. He just, now there's some other picks I was like, why so high? But going with AK fits his style. Let's get it and let's go. That's a Ramsey style.
Yeah. I mean, the definition of insanity, right, is repeating the same thing over and over and expecting a different result.
Yep.
So he said, you know what? I'm going a different direction and expecting a different result there. But yeah, Patrick Sturgeon, number 3. Al Wahoosh Obeda picked Alex Ford at 4. Al Qamar picked Wheezy at 5. Al Mukhtar picked Noodle at 6. Al Nasser at 7 picked Adam Dorsey, reigning MVP. Shaukat and Al Moholiboon, I don't know how to pronounce that. I'm sorry if I butchered it. Picked Isaiah Nicholson. Showtime got AP at 9. And then to close out the first round, Nars picked Omar Diaz. So talk to me about a pick or two that kind of stood out to you in that first round, Debo.
The first round, I was kind of, and not bad, I was kind of shocked with Omar Diaz going first round.
Really?
Um, and not because I'm not saying he's not first round worthy, because I played against him and he's tough.
He's
But
tough.
um, I I just when his pick was gone, and then as I thought back, I was like, okay, it makes sense looking at the guards. The first round outside of Patrick, everyone else went pretty much with guards,
Guard scorer. Yeah.
scores, and he can score and he can run a point. So you're getting a 2-for-1. You're
Yeah.
getting a point guard and you're getting a score. So when I thought back about it, I said, nice pick. But at first,
Yeah.
I was like, oh,
Yeah. And it's
first
funny
round.
because the NMAA works so heavily on like narratives and what you're thought of. You know
Mm-hmm.
what I mean? Like, I feel like I can talk about me personally. I went first round with NARS and we won a championship. Then I was first round 3 or 4 seasons in a row after that. It's because, it became, why is the first round pick in people's heads, right?
Mm-hmm.
Um, Even though I did not return value on a couple of those seasons, and I was even surprised to say that I even went there. But,
Oh yeah,
um,
I was insulted.
well, you made up for it this year. But no, I'll tell you the surprise in the first round, and we'll get to both of our picks. But
Ooh.
the first round to me that was surprising was AP going ninth to Showtime. And
Mm,
not that any of the players ahead of him he was clearly better than, right? AP, Isaiah, Adam, Noodle, Wheezy, Alex, Patrick, Darius. Are any of those guys clearly better than AP? I don't think so. But when they first entered AP into this league, my initial thought was the type of play style he has, which is just tenacious. He's all over the place. He's giving 120% full effort at all times. Even if you have no skill as a basketball player in semi-pro, if you do that, you'll go get yourself 8 to 10 points and 10 rebounds and a
that's
couple
facts.
steals,
That's
right?
facts.
Just based on effort alone. But when you add that effort onto AP skill level, he's a knockdown shooter. When he gets hot, he goes crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Lockdown defender. You could argue
Facts.
maybe the best defender in the league. I thought initially when he was added, top 3 pick, top 5 pick for sure.
Yeah.
Not discrediting any of the guys that went ahead of him because on their day they're probably better than AP is on his day, right? But when he gets to 9, I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
wow. Okay, we'll see. So Showtime, I think, gets a steal there at 9, but that was a pick that kind of stood out for me in the first round.
Yeah. AP, you would think definitely a top 3 picks. Yeah. Top 3 picks, definitely. Definitely.
Right.
I thought
Right.
for a second that they were gonna let Zay slide out of the first round. For a
That would have
second I
been
thought
nuts.
yes, and for a second I thought it was gonna happen. I
Yeah,
thought it was gonna
I
happen.
mean, honestly, you could change the order of that first round, but I think the first round is kind of accurate to how it should have gone.
Yeah.
Um, even Diaz, I think he had a great season last season. I wasn't shocked to see that Nars picked him again just because I know that Sid liked him a lot the first time. So I'm not too surprised. But yeah, I mean, all great players in that first round. You can clearly see it. Round 2, and I'll go over and you can kind of pick and choose what you want to talk about. Round 2, Nars on the back-to-back pick Anthony Cruz. big man debuting. Showtime picked Zohaib Khan. Shaukat picked Arib Ahmad. Al Nasser picked Nasser. Mukhtar picked Aaron Mitchell. Wahush picked Kwang Pham. Muttaqin picked Miles McKenzie. Aksa picked Stephen Heo. And Gummer picked Marcus Ford. Um, Debo, I'll talk about one, and then you can kind of
I wonder if
sound
we're gonna
off
talk
on.
about the same one.
I wonder too. Uh, I want to just talk about one player in Al Nasser who picked Nasser. And the reason I want to put, and I don't know if that's the one you wanted to talk about, but the reason why I want to talk about him is you just hear that he hasn't been playing basketball. He hasn't been really in hoop shape. Like he could get hurt. He could do X, Y, and Z. But he's still like he was one time MVP of the league years ago, 2014, 2013, 14, like a long time ago. Still in good shape. He can be a top five, top three pick. And in his prime, if this was prime Nasser Al Mullah, he would definitely be either one, two, or three.
Yeah. Okay.
But
Yep. I remember.
it's 2026, not 2016.
Yes.
So we'll see where he's at. I know he's in good shape. It's a huge X factor for Nasser there. What do you think, Debo?
Yes, I do, because it's one of those. Does someone know something we haven't? Has someone been in the gym scouting when we weren't, around? Outside of that, and it was like, oh yeah, I can go ahead and take him at the second because no one else is going to. That's some things you got to think about,
Yeah,
because outside of that, it is a gamble based on like, no, it only takes, regardless of how good you are, if you're not playing on the regular. But to his skills, he can go from an A to a B, and a B is still good. You
B is
know,
still really good enough. Yeah.
yeah, it's not him going from an A, to a C and D. So I think that's where it's at. Now, to your point, there's somebody in that second round, Steven, getting picked. Now, here's the thing: what people don't know is I've known Steven over probably 20 years. I've known him since he was young, from his brother, Mim Core. Cool. I've seen his maturation and play, and I knew when he used to get buckets. But to your point, what has he been doing lately? And that's
Hmm.
my question as far as who has seen what to put him in second. Now, in the second round. Beforehand, is he deserving? Yeah. But what has been done lately?
Is he that
And
same player?
yes, yes.
I do want to highlight another new player, Miles McKenzie from Muttaqin.
I don't know anything about. Didn't see him or anything.
I'll tell you what. When that season ends, he's gonna have a two in front of that number for points per game. It's gonna be 20 something.
Oh yeah.
That yes, certified bucket, and he's polished. And I think he fits so well on that team. Sometimes he gets a little trigger happy, but he's a bucket. I think you got to just let him go and see what he can do. Sometimes give him the ball. It might feel like a bad shot, but it's fine. You got to let him
Okay.
put it up. Next to BG, who we'll talk about in a little bit, and Patrick, yeah, he might his only job might be, hey, go get 25. We'll figure out the rest.
Okay.
So we'll see. But next pick or next round, we have the third round where the 99ers are finally picking again, and they pick first. They pick Tristan Brenner. Um, Al Aqsa picked Chavis. Muttaqin picks BG, who we just spoke about. Wahush picks Rod. 99ers again select Nick. Al Mukhtar picks Debo Jackson. Al Nasser picks Ian Hurley. Shaukat picks Manny. Showtime picks Monk. And Nars picks Derek Dangerfield. Debo, tell me about a pick
I,
that stood out to you. And
I'm
this
going to
was
tell you the third round, and this is not because the third round is probably the only round between the first and the two where people will be like, all right, I get it. The third round was one of those that makes sense. Uh, the picks before, sit team, you got Anthony Cruz, shoot, play defense. All right. You got Omar Diaz that, shoot, slash point guard. All right, let me get somebody who can settle things down and play defense. Bet. I can't wait too long to not pick up another true guard because then that's going to put everything on Omar. Bet. Smart pick. BG, here's the thing. Well, now you have two scores to go at it because you said Miles and, is one of those that shoot and get to it. But BG is one who will take some shots where you like, so you got
Yeah.
two players, but I get it because Kareem likes to get up and down the court. Makes sense with his team. Perfect pick for that. You know, I will get back to me. Ian, you can't go wrong with that pick. You need you a big. You know, Ian could have went second round to me. At some point he could have went
I
second
think
round.
he could have easily gone second round. I mean, he was
Yeah,
what, second in MVP voting.
yeah,
He could have easily gone second round. I thought that for him to go almost end of the third is
yes,
wild because he had such a good season for Aksa. You know, and I just feel like they're gonna do so well. That Nasser team to get Adam and then Nasser and then also Ian to stabilize. So you can. So this is the perfect thing because now Nasser, let's say he was an A and now he's a B.
mm-hmm.
Let's say he's even a C. He does not have that pressure on him to play his A game
No,
because you have Ian and because you have Adam,
yep,
who will carry a lot of the load. And you can
yep,
kind of work your way and even start as an F or a D and get to BA towards
you
the
have time.
playoffs. There's no pressure. You have time to kind of feel your way out. I think it was fantastic by Ozzy in that third round. And then we're beating around the bush a little bit. The boy Debo at Al Mukhtar, and this is a great story. And I'm going to tell the story, and Debo knows the story, so he's smiling already. Before the draft, okay, Al Mukhtar's coach, Ahmed Al Shari, messaged me, if you are there in the third round, I will select you.
Mhm.
And I said, okay, sounds great. Would love to play with you. Making jokes like, hey,
That
all right,
sounded crazy.
coach,
Keep on going.
sounds great. Would love to play for you.
Uh,
So I said to him that, if I'm there, I'm excited to the point where he comes and he sits next to me during the draft. I said, okay,
we
we're
saw.
doing
Yep.
this. Let's do it. He's asking me who I should pick, who I would pick, right? He said, okay, I'm thinking Noodle here. I was like, I like Noodle. I also like AP. Up to you. He picks Noodle. Second round, he had Bird. I said, I like Bird. I also like Miles. Up to you. He picked Bird. Third round, shut up, Bird. Right before the pick, he kind of looks at me. So now I'm like, why is he looking at me like this? So I'm like, okay, I think he's having second thoughts. And the reason why I thought that was now we have me, Amir, Debo, Ian, uh, Monk, all still on the board, and he picks halfway through the fourth round.
Third round.
And then also the fourth, right?
Fourth. Yeah, halfway.
So
Yep.
my thought was, he's like, you know what? Let me secure a guard now here. Let me go get a Manny. Let me get a Derek. Let me get somebody like that. And Tariq. And then I'll get my big on whoever's left in that fourth round, which there'll be somebody, right? So that's why I looked at him. I said, bro, no hard feelings. If you don't pick me, you got to do what you don't have to like honor this agreement. There's no legally binding contract, right? I was like, my feelings are not going to be hurt. You're still my boy, right? To the point. So then I'm like, okay. He goes oh, I'll take Debo. And I looked at him and I said, well, then you might as well have picked me. And I said this on the live because obviously it's live, right? And he started like laughing, and me and him kind of laughed about it. And Debo in the chat later was like, yo, why are you trying me like that? And I was like, wait, Debo, What I'm saying was,
Mhm.
if you were gonna pick a bigger guy, if you were gonna pick a guy that's okay, I know Debo, you like I'm Tayshaun Prince, I'm not a big. You're a big, right? But you're a power forward center, I'm a center. Fine, right?
Yep.
But you're still a big, right? Um, I was like, if you're gonna pick a big, if you're gonna pick a big anyway, just honor it and pick me. Why did I? Why I thought you were gonna go get a guard or something. That's why I was saying like go change it. To which he said, "Oh, I didn't think Debo was gonna be there. So when he was there, BS. I'm calling BS on that because Debo, with all due respect, this is the range you go in every draft.
But
So this is
here's
right,
but here's the thing. This is probably the other than maybe about 3 seasons ago. It was one season. Everybody was going to like all the bigs was going in the first round. This is one of the first seasons where I went where I should have. Other seasons, I'm going to tell you for sure, it was so disrespectful because I'm looking like, oh, this big got for me. All right, check the stats after the season. Like, there's no season I don't get a double double. I'm like this, and I'm a team player. I said, all right, cool. I'm going to tell you why, and I joked about this. Another reason why I feel that he picked. Well, here's something I didn't say. To your point, as far as the guards, him getting a guard, I think he knew that if he didn't pick a big now, it was going to be tougher in the fourth round. Because if he went, let's say if he changed and he went a third round, I know how Ozzy thinks. Ozzy would have probably picked me up. And
right,
then now he has to hope as it's coming back around, you're still there. You
right.
know, me or you still there, which he had enough sense to know one of us is not going to be
No,
there.
that's fair. No, listen.
It's
All of
just what
that
y'all
is
talked about
fair.
before. Yeah.
All of that is fair. It's just what we talked about before,
Yeah.
where if he said, if I'm going to be there, I'm picking you no matter what in the third round,
Yeah,
he
he
should
didn't.
have told you that. Why did he tell me that?
Because no, before drafts, no one ever talks to me. Not in a
Right.
bad way. I'm not in the mix. So he's like, okay, I can't talk about this.
I
And
mean,
he
I'm in
knows
the
full
group.
well.
Listen, there's just no hard feelings. Genuinely, he
I know,
said,
we're
told me
good.
before his pick. It was just interesting story. And now you get like behind the curtains a little bit. You guys like some of these people do reach out to some players. I'm sure some of these players know. But
Yeah,
anyway,
yeah.
let's fire through this. We're already 20 something minutes in.
Okay, let's go.
Fourth round, Nars picks Darius Venegas to go with their
Another
other
solid
three.
round.
I thought Darius is a very good pick there. Showtime picks Carlos Roman. Shoka picks John Parafan. Al Nasser picks Amir. Mukhtar picks Tariq, as we spoke about. Gummer picks yours truly. Al Wahush picks Zaid. Majib Muttaqin picks Christian Solis. Al Aqsa's keeper is Hare himself. And then the 99ers pick Chris Emile, which
Yeah.
he slid a decent amount.
I mean, one of the steals based on the team, one of the steals would be Amir. And the reason I say it's a steal is
Agreed.
because what everyone, we're talking about, Nasir, not we don't know where he's at. It's cool because come in there and shoot 30 times and you can brick as much as you want, and you got Ian and Amir to rebound,
I
kick it
know,
right back at
man.
you. And the thing about it is, Adam Dorsey, look at his stats. He will average 6 to 7 rebounds. The year we won the championship, I averaged 12 rebounds. He averaged 8 rebounds. Uh,
Oh, I said this that season that Heat team felt like you were getting jumped. It looked like it felt like there was 9 players on the court. I remember I was on a team where I was the only big, and I was
mhm.
like, "Hey, what is going on?" I'm like, I can't.
Yes.
I'm boxing 2 people out, and the third guy's getting the rebound. It was Jamal too, right?
Yep. And Jamal was
Oh
getting
my god,
seven,
I was
eight
getting.
rebounds. So you have the option on that team to, all right, let me get in the groove of things because I'm gonna get second chance points. So that was the steal and one of the smartest picks
Oh yeah,
of that. Yeah,
Ozzy. I would argue had one of his best drafts that I can remember,
yeah, yeah.
and obviously in hindsight, you know, I mean, in hindsight, it seems easy. Like, why would you not pick Amir if he's there in the fourth? Why would you not pick Ian if he's there in the third? When you have a game plan, and it's hard to shift away from that as a coach. Both you and I know that.
hmm
So him going, oh shoot, well I just picked Ian. I could go Amir and just put Ian at the 4 instead of trying to play him at the big. All right, bet. Boom. And the thing is, last time Amir and Adam played together, they were on Ozzy's team.
Yeah.
And they went 7-0, 8-0, lost in the first round to Blessed. So
Yeah.
they have some chemistry. Another interesting pick to me was Tariq to Mukhtar. I feel like that's a good fit to me.
Mhm.
Is because Tariq has again less pressure on him to do what he needs to do. Former MVP, all he needs to do is hit
Yes.
shots and play smart basketball next to Noodle and Bird and you. It's not going to be that difficult.
Yep.
So
Fourth was a good
yeah,
round. Fourth was a good
no,
round.
Amir slipping to that late just blew my mind. I couldn't believe it. For me, like obviously we make the joke, shout out NMAA basketball, Ozzy with the memes on Instagram. It's all fun and games. I understood why I went fourth round. I did not end the season well. I have not been playing as much basketball. And my daughter, we've been taking care of her. I am not as active as I was last season when I was in good shape. So I get it. Amir has been hooping, just led the league in assists.
Yeah.
So what for him to go one pick before me, 2 picks before me,
But
I thought was crazy.
before every season, what people don't know is Amir has a campaign sign that says,
Don't pick
pick
me.
me late
Yeah, pick me
for
late.
this reason, so that he can, it'll allow him to play more freely and have a team like this. So Amir, every time a round went by, Amir was just sitting like, oh, this is beautiful. Oh, this is
Yeah.
beautiful. So, I agree with you, but I know Amir was happy as heck that he didn't get picked to the fourth.
No, yours. I mean, listen, I got some firepower with me, bro. And we'll talk about it a little bit more. But
Yeah, we'll get into that.
Wheezy, Marcus,
Hey,
Amin.
we'll get into the team. We'll get into the recap. Let's get to the rounds now. Stop,
I might
stop,
take 10
stop
shots the
glazing.
whole season.
Let's
Anyway,
let's go.
next
Because you were
next
about to
round,
start.
round 5. You're right. I hey, I legitimately might shoot single digit shots the whole season. I don't even need to put a shot up. Anyways, round 5.
Yep.
Gummer, Brian Brown.
Fifth. What? Fifth
Damn.
round,
Look at that lineup.
bro.
Monstars.
It's not freaking fair, Brian. Fifth round. I he continue with it, and I'll get back to that
All
pick.
right.
I'll get back to that.
Julian Anderson. I thought Julian going this late was kind of wild. I'm a huge fan of Julian. I thought just getting a shooter that late, like a knockdown shooter, is difficult. He went second round last time in his rookie year. He's going fifth this year. It's going to work out well for him. For Muttakin, Daniel Kantave, Al Wahoosh picked Eddie Yu, 99ers picked Dean, Mukhtar picked Nader, Al Nasser picked Ali Chatai, Shokat picked Ismail, Showtime picked Prince Baez, and Nars picked Surge. So, Debo, tell me a little bit about this round and who kind of stuck out to you.
I mean, like I say, Brian going in the fifth round, I'm like, what is everyone looking at? And the reason I say what are you looking at is because we talked about this early. You had the first season he played semi-pro where he came in, he was like, I got a mission. I want to score as many points as possible, and win the title. Cool. Every season after that, he goes, I did that. I'm going to show y'all on the point guard. And he gets in the game. He looks to defer, looks to pass. So if you're looking, and if you give him the shot, knockdown shooter, and he plays. So if you're looking for a mature guard, you pick other guards that are comparable to him in the fourth and the third round. He could have easily went there. For him to drop that low, I don't understand it, to the point where, I didn't even know he was like playing. And then when they called his name in the fifth, because I rewatched, I was like, wait, he was in the
He's still
draft and he
there?
dropped that
Yeah,
low.
yeah.
I don't like him dropping that low. Everyone, pause. That sounded crazy. Everyone else, everyone else.
At least you said I don't like it.
Yeah.
What if you said I do like? Anyways, go ahead.
Lord forgive me. Everyone else kind of went what it should. We got to steal with Nader. Like I love Nader at the fifth, and the reason I like Nader at the fifth is because if you don't watch Nader, Nader is knockdown shooter, and he loves to play defense. And he
Yeah,
doesn't say anything; he just goes about his job. And he does it. So we got to steal there. I just Julian, to your point, I think the reason Julian went that late, not because he's not good, is because people are like, all right, I know he's young, he's talented, but
he's a little smaller too.
he's smaller,
It might be
he's
hard for him to
younger.
guard. Yeah,
Yeah, I mean, because put it like this: if they said, "Hey, this game we want you to guard Noodle, paint all day long," they would have
no,
been,
I mean
oh
it's GG's. You should not be doing that.
yeah, or no, I'm just saying. But then are you gonna are you gonna guard Tech?
Who are you gonna guard?
Omar
That's the
Diaz,
question.
Omar
Yeah,
Diaz, yeah, Darius, Reeb in the paint, like that's why. But he's gonna be one. I think he's gonna take
hey,
him
on
getting
the other
drafted
side, he is such a threat though.
that he's going to be like, all right, I'm going to show y'all. And I think him playing in the league a year or two more, back when I'm sitting back, eating cashews, that he's going to be first round pick, late second round all the time.
Yeah, 100%. I agree. There's a couple of guys I'm curious about. Ali Chotai, Prince Baez, Serge. I want to see what they look like on the team. Dean as well on the 99ers. So we'll see. Um, but next round, round six, Nars picks Prince Rodriguez, who's might as well be just keep his Nars jersey. Showtime picks Arkham. Shoka picks Cedric Williams. Al Nasser pick Asad Hussein. I like Asad there a lot, actually. Al Mukhtar picks Omar Arroyo. 99ers pick John T. Al Wahoosh picks Obeda. Muttaqin picks Kareem as their keeper. Aksa picks Fatullah. And Qamar, yours truly, picks Skyler. My dog Sky back together.
Love
I
Scott.
love it. I
Love
love it.
Scott.
Nothing honestly to speak about too crazy in this
No,
round. I think Asad is a good pick for Nasser again. Nasser. I just like the draft a lot, man. I just
yeah,
like the draft a lot. So um, we'll
nothing
see. I like
stable.
John T. I like John T. that late with a league with that much, not that much size.
Yeah,
Sixth round. I want to see what he could do.
they they needed that pick. They needed that pick to round things out. So I like that pick at that round. Yeah.
Yeah, 100%. Fell correctly for them. Round seven, Gomer, Yusuf Motiwala. Shout out my dog Yusuf. Great defender, good rebounder, tenacious. That's my boy right there. Aksa picked Bilal. Muttaqin picked Percy. Al Wahoosh picked Steve Smith. 99ers had their co-coach Hamza, who was kept. Al Mukhtar, Ahmad Al-Shari, their coach, who was kept. Kareem Shot for Nasser. Locker room guy. Another great pick by Nasser. Shoka, and we're gonna get the draft grades. I think you guys kind of know where it's going. Shoka picked DJ Tony. DJ Tony late. Showtime keeper and Zach Nars keeper and Dev. And then eighth round we'll go over both of these at the same time because it's a bunch of keepers. Nars pick Abood again. Just keep your Nars jersey. You don't need to give it up.
Yep.
Showtime picked Yosa. Shokat is his own keeper. Ozzy's his own keeper. Wanis, Shazib,
Kasim
and
keep the
then
jersey. He's a multi-king pick.
Josh Santiago, and then Shahab at the last pick. So last two. What about these last two rounds? Kind of stuck out to you, Debo?
Nothing other than Steve with Obi. I feel him picking Steve was like, all right, Ozzy, I'm taking what I know was coming from Steve with that squad. Perfect. You have a lot of people who have a high IQ. Great pick there. Add Obi as the captain. Quan, Alex, you know, great IQ. So I love that pick there. And then I mean, everything else was kind of, nothing stuck out. I really do
Yeah, it
love
made
that
sense.
pick. Yeah. Percy with Kareem makes sense because out of those individuals on the team, Percy is like one that's going to actually be like, hey, 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 come on, let's get it together. And you need that, on the court. So I like that pick as well.
Well, all right. That's it. That's the whole draft, boys. That's how it went. You can watch it back on the NMAA YouTube. So check that out. Your boy was on the live, disrespecting people left and right. That's what we do. That's what we do here on the podcast. Accidentally disrespect everybody. Somehow,
Somehow, some way. Somehow,
somehow,
some way.
some way, everybody's angry. But we love it. We love it. Anyways, we got the draft recap. Now we're gonna get into the grades. Let's really piss some people off. All right, Devo,
Let's
we'll be
go.
right back.
You're listening to the NMAA podcast.
This is your favorite time of the week with your number one podcast.
All right, boys. So we are here with the draft grades. Let's fire through these kind of quickly because that segment took forever.
Yeah, it did.
But we'll go through each team. I know Debo got his draft grades. I got mine. So let's talk about it and let's talk through it. First team I have is the 99ers. For the 99ers, yours truly, because Akbar is such a floor raiser, I don't think he's been on a team that's been horrible. But it's a little deeper with the stars this season, so we'll see.
No.
But I just feel like the trade kind of crippled him. I do like AK, Tristan, Chris Emil trio. That's a good trio. I do like that trio. Nick, and then is John T there fifth? No, Dean. So I don't know much about Dean,
I don't either.
but they seem too not even small. They lack like rebounding inside presence, right? They have great guard play. You know AK is going to give you 25 points. You know Tristan's going to give you 17, 18 plus. But the problem is they might have to score 75, 80 points a game because who are they going to stop inside? It might be a layup line on the other side. You know what I mean? I think Nick is a good defender, but is he a shot blocker? Is he a paint presence? He helps on offense, stretching
Yeah.
the floor. A
Yeah.
great one-on-one defender, but not the type that I would say that, okay, you can throw him in the bottom of the 2-3. Or if you're in a man, people can't really get going inside. Is Dean that? I don't know. Is John T makes this a huge step up? Maybe he could be that because he does have the size.
But
But
is Dean a guard or what? I
I
don't
think
really
he's
get
a
what.
forward,
Okay.
but he's a forward, not a big. But
Okay.
apparently he's a good rebounder. I have them at a B minus though. So
I I have them at a B. I have them at a B, a solid B. It's because there's no way I can give them lower than that. It's because the offensive pieces that they have. AK,
yeah,
Tristan, Chris. But let's say not, and it's not in a bad way. Let's just go between talk about AK and Tristan. Both players can take you off the dribble, can get to the bucket. Both can shoot threes at will. Tristan's 3-point game, we've seen it. Prince John sat there. Like if you leave him a little bit of space, walk back now.
yeah.
And then, so then when you have two drivers, oh, I can kick it to Chris. We already know what happens when he shoots. That's just go ahead and count it. That's a free throw, you know. So with that part, I'm like, good, solid. But then from there, and Nick's a knockdown 3-point shooter. So everything I'm
I mean, this
saying
team's gonna be
is,
hard to guard.
yeah, everything I'm saying is shots, 3 points, your buckets. Defense wise, as a whole, not individuals who can lock up, as a whole, defense, rebound, where's that part at? And that's the only reason why I said a B, because I need to see, first, I need to see, how they're going to rebound, how they're going to defend, not up top, but defend when the ball goes down in the post, when there's a drive, how they're going to defend. And that's a very, very important question. That's why
I mean,
B.
listen, we've seen teams where defend. I'm gonna defend by you get two and I get three. That's the defense that we're playing, which they could do.
They could. I haven't seen that team win a chip that
Yeah,
way.
yeah.
You
It's
know,
difficult. It's difficult to sustain that throughout the whole season and throughout the playoffs. But
because So people are going to have off games, and people are not going to show up. And then when they show up, then now you're losing points. And if the defense is not there, then you're losing points, and you can't lose those points. You have to be hot every game,
Right.
and
100%.
that's why I just said a B. So I like the squad, but you said a B minus, B,
All right.
B.
It's fair enough. I mean, it's
Yeah,
close.
yeah.
Aqsa. Al Aqsa is the next team that I have. The team has first round Darius Donaldson, Stephen Heo, Chavis Smith, Hare himself, Julian Anderson, Bilal, Josh, and Fatullah. This team is, to me, a huge question mark, and it just depends because I don't know Steven. I actually don't know anything about him.
I
So
do.
that's what makes me, and he's a second round pick. So I gave this team a B, but the reason why I gave them a B is Steven, I've heard, is a menace on the defensive side. So if you're
Very much
saying
so.
him, Darius, and Chavis defensively, you know how we were talking about who is Julian going to guard? He's going to be leaking out.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So I have them as a B, but it could be if Steven is really that guy, it could be much higher. So I'm not sure.
I got. I have. All right, I'm gonna say something, and I'm going against my traditional wisdom. I have them as a B minus. However, this squad reminds me of the squad that I played on the Winston Knights, where everyone was like, "Oh, they don't score a whole bunch; they just
That
have
team didn't
defense."
make any sense. Yeah.
And then we only lost one game. We kept people down, and we went to the championship, and we only lost by 4 points and that was a game we still shot great. That's what this team reminds me of. So I'm saying the B minus is because I'm like, all right, offensive wise, but defensive wise, I feel sorry for the guards that have the rock because Darius playing defense. Oh, y'all are in trouble. Steven playing defense, y'all, Chavis playing defense. I feel sorry for the other team's guards because they're going to be locked up and they're going to be annoyed. All
Right.
of them can score. So I'm not saying that they can't score. There's my guy. I'm not saying Steven can't score Chavis, but compared to other teams' offense, that's what my question is. So they can win it on defense, but that team is gonna have to win it on defense.
It's the exact opposite of the 99ers.
Yes, yes. But I gave the 99ers a higher grade, but me, the style I like to play,
Because offense wins championships, man. We got this whole fake news defense wins defense
it
don't win no
does.
damn championships.
You can't
Offense wins championships.
you can't name one team that's won an NBA championship that was a defensive threat.
It's not threat though.
No, I'm
You
not
have
thinking
to
about but lockdown, but not lockdown on defense. You can't. And everybody's like, no, no. If you think about it, those teams, look at the stats. They
the
lock people
Nuggets,
up. Huh?
the Nuggets.
Yes, the Nuggets obey defense.
No, their offense was clearly a strong suit.
Okay, that's the one anomaly. Name any other thing. You can't.
I'm
Golden
trying to
State
think of all
locked
of
up.
this.
Golden State locked up. The Knicks locked up. The Celtics
The Knicks
locked
did
up.
lock up. The Celtics did lock up. The Thunder did lock up. Yeah, yeah, that's fair. That's fair. Um, the Lakers weren't the greatest defensive team. They were good though,
think about that again. Think about that again.
because they
The,
had AD. Yeah,
they had
yeah,
defense,
yeah. They had
and
defense. All right.
the teams with the great offense never wins. The Clippers, the Phoenix Suns, never won the championship.
The Suns team was fake good at offense though. That was such a scheme only. D'Antoni. Yeah, Rockets.
Never
Yeah,
won championship.
yeah. And those KD Warriors, they were all mainly offense. So mainly,
Iggy playing defense.
bro. Iggy was. Anyways, we'll talk. Let's talk NMAA. We got too much NBA. We could
Okay,
talk about it forever. Al Mohadibun, next team. This is Shokat's coach team. Isaiah in the first round, Arib in the second round, Cedric, Ismail, JP, Manny, DJ Tony, Shoka. Deep team.
yep.
Deep team. Um, I think I like all of those names. You tell me Arib, I like Arib. You tell me
Yep.
Cedric, I like Cedric. Isaiah, yeah. Ish, yeah. JP, Manny, DJ Tony, Shoka, yeah. All those are all good names. But when I'm trying to put a lineup together, I'm like, okay, Isaiah's got to obviously start. Arib's got to start. Manny's got to start. Then
JP
JP,
has to start because of the
JP
way the
has to
team is.
start. Then Sad, Ish, depends on the day, I guess. DJ Tony. Uh, I don't know. It just the cohesiveness. I don't know if there's not a specific point guard here.
Yeah.
Isaiah goes and gets buckets. Arib goes and gets buckets. Cedric wants to go get his buckets. Ish wants to go get his buckets. Manny's a guard, but he's not like a point guard.
Hmm.
He's a kind of a combo guard, and he's really good at what he does. But a lot of times, if you just like, all right, if you want Manny to get every single player involved, he's not. That's not his number one game.
Yeah.
He wants to get out in transition. He wants to steal the ball. He wants to get up and down the court and make quick fire plays. So that's why I'm a little concerned about the cohesiveness of this team, but the names are so good that I feel like they can figure it out. I got them also at a B.
Yeah.
So, what are
We
your
agree.
thoughts, Debo?
We agree. I had them at a B. I like they have a scrappy team. Isaiah, Reed, Manny, and JP said scrappy. This team, okay, we already know Zay has to do what he does, but this team is going to rise and fall based on what JP does because he's their big. So
Yeah,
JP has to have a season similar to what he was doing last year.
yeah,
He has to have a double double. Keep turnovers down, and play that consistency, which will allow all the other pieces to fall. But they're a B. They're not. They have quality pieces. Then you have Ish to come off. The focus is going to be so much on Zay or Reed, even Manny. When you put Ish in the right situations, he can creep in, and you'll see him. Whoa, how is he averaging 12 to 15? And you got Zay or Reed and Manny. So they pick good. And then Tony doesn't have to try to do too much. He can just spot up. And then says scrappy. Says always gonna be scrapping. Also, a B, a solid B.
solid B, solid
Yeah.
B. All right, next team we got Al Mukhtar, aka your team, Debo. This is Aaron Mitchell, Emil Shari, Alfredo Noodle Williams, Debo himself, Nader, Omar Arroyo, Tariq, and Wanis. This team, this
Greatest team in
team,
the history of America. Huh?
I like this team. My only concern with this team is outside shooting, right? Now,
Mm.
the thing is, everybody on this team, besides the two coaches, can shoot, right? But, that's a big but. On their day, they could also be not knocked down. Debo, I know you, I mean, listen, every time I play you, you're Steph Curry prime, right? Bird Mitchell is a sniper, but he's not a conventional sniper where it's like, okay, he's running to his spot, he's getting open, he's knocking it down. He's kind of like streaky in a way. Noodle can shoot, not consistently knocked down. Nader, streaky as well. Arroyo, streaky as well. Tariq, streaky as well. So my only thought process is when the shots are not falling, how is this team going to cope with it? When teams pack the paint, when teams go, hey, score 36 points from three. We need 12 threes out of the eight of you. Might be difficult. Especially, all due respect to Amil Shari, Wanis Shari, both of them are going to be in for 25 minutes to 28 minutes a game. That's more than half the game. So now you're taking one of those spots and having a non-shooter completely on one of those spots. Now, obviously, you can still make yourself a threat. And when these are solid players, they can set screens, they can do whatever they need to do, be in the dunker spot, whatever they need to do. But that just gives you more spacing issues. So I'm looking at the team, and you're like, do you want Doncic to just be a spot up shooter? Do you want Aaron Mitchell to be just a spot up shooter? They can be that, but that's not their best strength. So I would have loved at one of those spots if you had like a Julian. I would love this team, right? If at one of those guard spots you could say, hey, we have Julian rounding out the starting lineup, I'd be like, oh, this team makes a lot of sense, right? But right now, what Noodle is so good at is orchestrating offense when you give him the correct pieces. But now, my only concern is if shots aren't falling, the spacing might be difficult. And it might be easier to guard, harder to score for you guys. So for that reason, I have you guys. The thing is, Noodle is such a floor raiser. Bird might just be 22 and 12 in semi-pro. Debo, we know what you are. The guaranteed double-double, right? 4 or 5 assists. It's just where do those guards fit in? So for that reason, I got you guys also at a B minus.
So I originally, before some talks and someone reminded me of some things, I originally had us at a B, but I actually have it as a B plus, and not because I'm on the team. The reason I have it as a B plus is because there's one thing that you didn't mention that is very pivotal in winning in any league.
IQ. Yeah.
And this team, the IQ,
Very high IQ.
very high IQ. And so when things break down, it's going to be vocal. Hold on, wait. I'm no Noodle for almost 20 years as well. It's going to be Noodle. Go here. Go here. I bet. And Aaron gonna be like, all right, cool. His Aaron, Claire, Aaron be like, hey, it's clear out here. Donick, hey, this, that, and the other. And then everyone has to listen because on this team, you have people with high IQ. So it's like, all right, I'm going to listen. That right there raises the bar. So when things are off, you don't just shut down and be like, oh, keep on doing the same dumb things. And I think that's what's going to help us a lot is to be
That's
able to
fair.
speak, to be able to, to talk.
That's fair. That's fair.
Yeah.
I honestly agree with that because honestly, the floor raiser that Noodle is because of that IQ, and you're putting him next to guys that are also high IQ, and you can say whatever about the guards. Like I said, not the most consistent shooters, all high IQ players.
Mm-hmm.
And the defense is going to be great. It's going to be hard to get a rebound on this team. You guys are going to get a bunch of second chance opportunities. So, yeah, I mean, I can see what you're saying, and
Yeah, I'm
honestly,
fine with your grade.
that's
Yeah.
making me rethink my grade a little bit. But I'm going to keep it what it is.
Yeah.
Next team we have Al Nasser, Adam Dorsey in the first, Nasser Al Mullah in the second, Ian and Hurley in the third, Amir Zafari in the fourth, Ali Chotai in the fifth, Asad in the sixth, Kareem in the seventh, and Ozzy in the eighth. And I'll speak a little bit about the cohesiveness of this team. Adam, former MVP. Reigning MVP, right? Ian, second in MVP voting last season. Nasser, former MVP. Amir Zafari, former MVP. Ali Chotai, big fan of his game. Gets up and down the court. He fits everything else on this team so well. If he can hit a couple shots, do what he needs to do, he'll be great. Asad had a great season this last season. Kareem, great locker room guy, gets the boards here and there. Ozzy, we know, one hand behind his head, layup type guy. This team, to me, the draft was all I could not. You can't really poke holes in it. I just look at this draft and I'm like, how could he have done better? There was not one pick where I'm like, well, he could have picked. No, maybe Nasser, but you're going for the upside.
Yeah. Yeah.
and you have Adam, Nasser backcourt, Ali, Amir, Ian frontcourt. Man, this team is built to compete. I have them at an A. No holes for me. No questions for me. Everyone knows their role. Everyone fits in perfectly. You have Adam and Amir who play together. They have that chemistry. And Nasser can start slow. They'll still win games. He can kind of feel himself into it. Ian, we know what Ian brings. He's going to be at 10, 12 rebounds a game minimum. He's going to hit a couple shots. He's going to get to 8 to 10 points. Man, I'm a huge fan of this team, of
Yeah,
this team makeup. Yeah.
I like
What do you
I
think,
like
Debo?
this. I like the squad as well. I do. I got. You can't go wrong if you do a B plus or an A with them. They're one of the few that I was looking at. I was like, I want to hate somewhere. Like, let me
Yeah.
hate. Let me find somewhere to hate. And I was like, I really like the the front court. As we were speaking about earlier. So you hit every single point. There's no reason to go back over it. I'm with you. I'm with you. B plus A. You said A. I can't agree with you because somebody has to be, you know what I'm saying, the mean one. So I said B plus. Real tough.
B plus mean, yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
All right. Well, yeah. No, Ozzy. I hate to say it. We can stop talking about it because I don't want to talk good about Ozzy. Ew, it's gross. Next team we have Altgummer. Altgummer, Wheezy in the first, Amin and Marcus in the second because of the trade. Yours truly in the fourth, Brian Brown in the fifth, Yusuf and Skylar double tap at the 67th, and then Ahmad Shahab, there's no slouch, in the eighth round. I'm gonna let you go first because it's my team, so I don't want to seem biased.
You know what's funny is this is the first team that right when I was looking at it, I said, yeah, I give y'all an A. I actually would give you all an A. And the reason being
No hater shit. Okay,
now,
go ahead.
now I want to see how Wheezy and Marcus play together. You know what I'm saying? And that's not a bad thing. It's not about a few. It's like how will their styles work? But I'm the optimistic one on when it works, you got Weezy that can give the buckets where he can shoot or he can drive. You got Marcus that can shoot or can drive. You got Amin who likes to shoot, but people don't realize he will drive as well. But Amin can shoot. Not now. You have the sleeper of the whole 5 rounds that I said that I didn't understand, Brian Brown. That can, he's like, all right, cool. You all do this over here. I'll control the rock. You down low with the defense. And then now you don't have there's something that I'm gonna let you do first, and then after you play us, I'll remind you stop doing this dumb thing. But if you don't do the dumb thing that I'm not gonna say, then you have an option, how to pass, when to pass, and then you have, I guess that'd be the five, and you have your bench players who are solid. I really like this squad. Uh, it's gonna come down. Really, it's gonna come down to communication. If
Mhm.
y'all communicate effectively, you all are in a good spot to go far. If y'all do not communicate effectively, then everyone's going to be looking and be like, how? How are you all not winning? They gave y'all A.
Yeah, respect. I appreciate that. As is tradition, I gotta give myself an A plus. But no, I'm trolling. I'm trolling. I'm super trolling. I actually will say, I do like the team a lot. I think that we're super stacked, but I can see how somebody would say, okay, they're a little slow, right? With the
Not, not, a,
lineup,
not a little, slow.
okay, we can say slow. We can say slow because while we do have, I mean, Wheezy, Marcus, I mean, are all the same size in different, body types, but they're
They all
almost
mean the
all
same.
like They're almost all like small forward builds in NMAA. But with that being said, man, like Weezy can guard guards. I mean, Amin is underrated defensive, underrated, very underrated rebounder. Amin.
Yeah.
Marcus, very underrated rebounder. I don't think I'm an underrated rebounder. I think I'm a great rebounder. Brian, underrated rebounder. So we don't lack size. It's just one thing where we got to control the tempo. Teams that are super, super run and gun. I'm trying to think of a team, maybe like Mutakin, or maybe what was it? Steven, Chavis, and Derek, or Darius. If they kind of
Oh yeah, they're
uh,
getting out.
if they get up and down the court, it might be one of those things where it's like, we're giving up easy buckets and we gotta work for ours. But the offense is so stacked. It's gonna be so hard to guard, especially because Mark is a monster on the block, right? And if they help, right, I'm gonna throw it into him, and then I'll go stand on the next block. And he's doubled. All right, drop it off, layup. Like it's gonna be difficult to kind of guard all of us at the same time. There are a few weaknesses that I won't talk about, but
Oh, I know the
I just
weakness.
think I
I'm
just
not
think
gonna talk about them.
I just think that it's a good mix of players. It's just a lot of talent. And we'll see how it gels, but it's a lot of talent. I can see why you said A. I'd say A plus personally, but I digress.
Nobody drafted an A plus
No,
squad.
nobody just said A plus
Nobody.
team. Shout out Emma Shahab though. Oliver Hoosh next team as far as these last couple. Alex Ford, Q, Rod, Zaid, Eddie U, Obeda himself, Issa, and Steve Smith. I like this team a lot. I gave this team a B plus. I think that they make a lot of sense cohesively. I think that they all fit in where they need to get in. I think Alex is obviously Alex. He's a great player. Q and Alex next to each other. We've seen it what they can do. They got to the finals and lost in overtime. Rod, I think Q is going to bring a different level out of Rod. Zaid, same thing. Zayd is super underrated. He's a knockdown shooter. People don't kind of use him in the right way. When he gets going, he's scary. Eddie U coming back after a few seasons. This is where I feel like you can argue that they may have a weakness where they don't have a conventional center, even on the website. It shows 2 forwards and 6 guards, right?
Yeah.
And Eddie and Obeda as their bigs. I don't know if that's what we like, but the rest of the team and the whole team kind of meshes so well. I think they can kind of figure that out. But if they're getting punished inside, it might be ugly. I got a B plus for them.
Okay. Okay. I'm being mature. I gave this squad an A. The reason I gave the squad an A is because to the point when they, as far as on the, I don't want to say, they're able to get out, run, not get out and run, but everybody on that team can rebound. Alex can rebound. Quan look back at games. There's some games that he had 9, 8, 10 rebounds
Yeah,
at his height. He's going to rebound. I know Rod will get in a rebound. Eddie's going to rebound. Oldie's going to rebound. Steve will get in there and rebound. I like that part that they're going to have to gain rebound, which they will do. High IQ with between Obi, Alex, Quan, and Steve. Not saying no one else has IQ, but those 3 are going to be the vocal ones that's going to be like, hey, no, this is what's going to go on. I like the squad. Hey,
I can see
another
it.
squad to get an A2.
I can see it. I can see it. I think if they had like one conventional big at some place, I think I would have had them at an A. But I can definitely see an A for them.
If they had one conventional big, like if they put Mill in that squad, A plus.
That's fair. That's why I say A plus my team. So I understand why you say that. That's fair. I understand. Anyways, next team, Mutekin. We have Patrick Sturgeon, BG, Miles McKenzie, Daniel Cantave, Christian Solis, Kareem Moslehi, Percy Stribling, Kasim Ross. Yeah, I like this team. And I gave
Oh,
out two A. I gave out one A so far, and I gave out two A's total. This is my other A.
oh, okay,
And it's because of Patrick
okay.
Florazer, right? 25 and 15. He's gonna do it. Right? You can't stop it. It's Thanos. Death is coming all the same. You can't avoid it. All right. He snaps his fingers, you're done. He's getting his numbers. Um, BG and Miles backcourt is unguardable. Like you can, nobody has. Maybe you say Chavis and Darius, Steven. Oh, besides them, nobody has two guys that you can actually stop. And what's crazy is those two aren't even the main scorers. It's Patrick. So nobody definitely has two guard defenders and a guy that can guard Patrick. They just don't have it, right? Then the complementary pieces of Christian Solis, Daniel Cantave, Percy, Kareem himself. The team is just complemented so well. And it's just built in such a great way where Christian can go do and wreak havoc where he's doing. He had such a great season from with the team last season. Percy comes off and is that microwave, and he can do what he needs to do. Kasim also can fill that role. Kareem can just get on the court, play defense, and knock down threes whenever he needs to. Dan comes in and gives relief to Patrick in terms of being a big. Miles is going to get a few rebounds too. This team is nice, man. I'm telling you, this is a good team. I have them at an A.
And then May. Hmm. Okay, all right. Um, I don't know. I don't know Miles, and so it's hard for me to
You don't get
grade
to know him.
appropriately. Yeah, it's hard for me to grade appropriately, and so then that's why a lot of times with these drafts, I'm like, it's hard for me to grade because if they haven't played before, then that is the missing piece to giving an A. And so I have the grade of a B is because I don't know every single one of the players.
Yeah,
So based on what you're saying, I can understand an A, but I have a B because Patrick, um, Christian, BG backcourt wreaking havoc. Christian wreaking more havoc on the defensive end. BG scoring. We know he can give 20 at any time. Daniel is a crafty player. Kareem now gets to coach a lot, and he doesn't have to say, "Oh, I got to be on the court." But he's going to get on the court. But he has a team where he can say, "All right, you all go out and do it. I'm going to pick and choose when I'm going to come in the game."
right.
Person Casino, they don't. To me, they're a squad that from 1 through 8 don't have we got to bring in this person. Oh, it's going to be a
Yeah,
big drop off.
exactly.
They don't have that. They
They
have
don't.
all right, cool. I'm gonna come out of the game. We're gonna be good. I can actually rest. So to me, I would give them an 8 if I knew more about every Miles. But just off of what you're saying, they don't have a weak spot.
Mm-mm.
So yeah, they're a team that based on what you're saying, Miles has people got to worry about.
Yeah, they got to worry about them.
Yeah.
Two teams left. NARS is one of them. NARS with Anthony Cruz, Omar Diaz, Derek Dangerfield, Darius Venegas, Dev Luckman, Prince Rodriguez, Serge, and Aboud. This team, I really just think got hard done by their kind of draft spot. I do like Omar Diaz and Anthony Cruz
Mhm.
is a wild card, but Anthony Cruz has to be. He's got to be Patrick. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He's got for this team to make sense. I mean, Darius could be up at 20 a game too, which I think is very possible. But I think Darius is going to be closer to 15 a game, and Anthony has to be closer to like 18 and 15. He's got to be doing something like that. And you know, 6'5" guys, we like to shoot threes. So I know that he's shooting threes. He's putting them up. If he's doing that, then it might not be the most ideal situation. Um, but Serge, Darius, Anthony need to be top 25 players in the league, top 30 players in the league for them to really be a contender. But because there's so many question marks, I have them at a B minus. What are your thoughts, Debo?
Ooh, okay. This is a team. I'm going based off of Sid's history of knowing players that no one else knows about, and he's one of those that, regardless of what he says, I don't know for sure. Sid's the type that for the last 3 weeks he's
Sandbags.
been going into the gym with them and be like, no, you're going to go into the gym. And he's scouting. He sees them. He has them on a regimen. And then he's like, all right, cool. These guys haven't been playing in forever, which they've been playing for the last 5 weeks overseas. And because of that, I believe that's what he knows about Anthony Cruz, which I don't know about. And that's the reason I have him in a B plus, because I think he knows something about what Anthony Cruz
Well,
has
that's
been doing lately.
possible.
Yeah, and that he's not telling other people. So I have him that Omar Diaz, we know he can get buckets. Great point guard, tough. You got Derek, true point guard. Darius knocked down. So between Darius and Anthony, they have size. In order, and I don't know much about Serge, but you do. Um, Now, after that, you're like, okay. So I take it back, I give them a B. After that, it's like, okay, where do we go next?
Yeah,
B.
the bench is a little weak too. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm like, where do we go next? They're not built like Kareem squad where, hey, so that is kind of the, oh, wait, what do we do next? So I give them a B.
That's fair enough.
Yeah.
Last team we have the defending champion Showtime team. First two picks, AP and Zobi. To go along with them was Monk, Carlos, Zakir, Prince, and Arkham. This team, at first I was like, oh man, they got AP ninth, they got Zobi, and that back to back. Then they went Carlos and Monk, and I don't hate those two players at all. I think those are good players in good spots. And then Prince in the fifth, Yusuf Lutfi, Arkham. I don't know. This team leaves something to be desired, in my opinion. I just feel like they picked Monk, which makes sense for defense, but I think at that spot, Debo, I don't know if you were available, but they could have picked an Amir, which would have, I think, raised the floor a lot for this team.
What
Um,
uh what what pick were they?
Ninth.
No. Because I remember that's when it came back around. It was my pick, then Ozzy's pick. So no.
Okay.
So I got picked
So, but
before
they
them.
could have picked Amir in the third round, which I think would have made a little bit more sense than this team. Now, they were overseas, I think, while drafting or somewhere. I don't know where they were. They're on vacation. But I do think AP and Zobi with that defense raise the floor so much that they'll be good. Carlos, I guess, is going to run the point. And then Monk and Prince to round out the starting lineup. It's not a bad starting lineup by any means. And AP could easily come in and average 25, 10, and 5. He really could.
Good.
And if he does that and Zobi's at his normal 17 a game with 5 steals, you know what I mean? It they could just grind teams and just kill them before they even get the ball up the court. You know what I
True.
mean? So for that reason, I got him at a solid B. I'm curious as to how it kind of looks like, and I don't know much about Prince actually, so
Yeah.
we'll see. So that's what I got for them.
I got them a B minus only because I have to see them play. That straight. This is a team I 100% have to see play, and so that's the only reason I say a B minus is because I have to see these pieces play, and it could be lack of knowledge about all of the pieces, and I'll say that, and that's what it comes down to. Me
That's
not
fair.
knowing enough. B minus.
That's fair. That's fair. All right. Well, that went much longer than it was supposed to. Let's get back to the picks.
Yes.
You're listening to the NMAA podcast.
Hit subscribe and don't miss the next episode.
That is not what I said. All right, picks. It's getting late. You
Oh,
see the bags under our eyes, bro. We're not
yes.
20 something years old anymore.
No. I've been past that.
Debo said they're gonna add makeup and lighting with the NMAA budget. Ozzy, look into that. I'll send you the
Yes.
invoice.
I'm gonna need that.
Yeah, we'll send you the
100%.
invoice.
Thank you.
Yeah. All right. Perfect. 4 games this weekend. Week
Let's
1.
go.
Something about week 1 that's always just hope is in the air. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Everyone's a
First game
champion week 1.
exactly. Everyone's undefeated week 1. Al
Yes.
Nasser versus Nars. I had Al Nasser at an A. I think the lowest grade I gave was a B minus, and that was Nars. I got Al Nasser in this game. Debo, thoughts?
Al Nasser versus Nars. Nasser versus. Oh, man. Oh, yeah.
Anthony debut. We'll see. If he
But
comes out and he's 40 points, 30
I
rebounds,
have.
Ozzy, ban him. Ban you
Yes.
for allowing him in, and
Yeah.
then ban him.
I'm going with Ozzy. I'm going with Al Nasser. I'm going Al Nasser this game. I like. There's some good matchups. Adam, Omar, good matchup. Uh, Nasir, whatever guard you want. Uh, Ian's going to be on Anthony. They may go to the zone, they may not. You got
Amir's going to be on Anthony, or Ian's going to be on Anthony.
yeah, one of those two. Like the all of them can kind of cancel each other. The factor is going to be what does Darius
I
and
was just going to
Serge
say
do.
that.
So Darius has to show up this game. If he does not show up, if put it like this, mark it now. If Darius doesn't get 15 points, they lose.
I agree with that.
Yeah.
All right. Next game, 99ers versus Al Mukhtar. Debo, you cannot pick this game, but I'll select it very quickly. This is a tough game for me to select because I just feel like the 99ers have some of this firepower that Mukhtar kind of has the IQ, but the 99ers could just overwhelm you with a barrage of scoring, right? And if it becomes that type of game where they put up 27, 28 points in the first quarter, how does Mukhtar kind of claw back? Because you guys aren't the type to go on 10-0 runs in 3 minutes, 4 minutes, right? You're more of the, all right, we won that quarter 12-8. We won this next quarter 17-10.
We haven't played yet.
That's just what I think of your team. These are narratives that I've created through my imagination. So I feel like they can kind of get going, and if they get hot on offense, it might overwhelm you guys. But with that being said, they also have some players that if they don't hit, you guys will kind of dominate, and they can get flustered and kind of get frustrated. So I'm going to go Mukhtar here. I think Mukhtar wins in a close one. I'm going to say Mukhtar 65-61.
Okay. Good.
So
I think it's going to be a great game. I
I think
can't
it's going
pick.
to be a good game.
I can't pick. I just think it's going to be a great game. Very challenging, hard fought game on both ends.
Love it.
No poster board material for me.
I love it. Whoosh versus Showtime. Let's give him some poster board material for this one. Showtime, AP Zobi, we just talked about him. All Whoosh, Alex, Q, and them. Whoosh, what we spoke about, their weakness can be inside defense. Showtime, I don't think is the team to kind of make them pay for this. They have players that kind of get inside, but not dominate going downhill necessarily, slashing all the time.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna go Wahoosh here. I think that there's more continuity with that team. AP and Zobi are both players that kind of like to feel out the game. So they're if they haven't played with each other, they're gonna be like, you go, you go, you go. You know what I mean? So I think AP is gonna end the season fantastic, but he might go on a slower trajectory and then kind of crescendo his way towards the end of the season just because he's that type of player and he's that type of guy. Um, I got Wahoosh here. They're gonna have more continuity with Q and Alex. Rod will fit right into that. Eddie Obi. It just team makes sense to me. So I'm gonna go Wahoosh here. I'm gonna go Wahoosh 70-61.
All right. There's another thing that I forgot. Someone like Eddie. Eddie's been on the has played on the same squads with Quan way before the rest of the team has played it together. You said 70-61. I have our Hoosh by 15.
Wow, 15. Wow, dominant win.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, last game of the week we have Al Qamar versus Al Aqsa. This game I cannot select. Debo, your
So
pick, sir.
Al Comer versus Al Oxa. So Al Comer is whose squad is Al Comer?
Me, Marcus, Amin, Wheezy,
Yeah. Okay, I'm looking at it right
Brian.
here. And Al Oxa. Okay, I already know. Oh, that's Mo squad with Darius, Steve, Chavis, Hare, and Julian, right?
Yep.
All right. So like I said, I gave you all a. I really do think this is a tough first game for Al Aqsa. Like it can be scrappy. They're gonna be scrappy in it, but like I said, I like Weezy being scrappy. That's not going to bother him. Marcus in a scrappy game's not going to bother him. Brian in a scrappy game's not going to bother him. You've played against me before, so when you played against the best like me, you're not worried about a scrappy game. It's going to come down to turnovers. You all should, I believe you all should win this game by 10 points. However, if
All pressure.
he- if hearing them play how I think they can play, being scrappy and creating turnovers, that can be you all's Achilles heel. And then it can go from a game where y'all supposed to win by 10, losing by 10.
Yeah, that's fair.
In my mind, I have you all playing a good, disciplined game and you all winning by 6. But don't be surprised if it flips the other way if you all don't know how to control the rock. So I have y'all by 6. I don't have you all in a blowout. It's first game. Everyone's getting the continuity. But I like this for both of you all. I like this as a good matchup. I think you all match up well with the grittiness. So
Love
basically,
that.
to see if you turn, it's on you. Boris, I'm saying it's on you.
Me specifically?
If you don't turn the ball over making dumb passes when you should either shoot or kick it out and try to make these underhand passes that you did in the playoffs, you were like, so okay,
Listen,
you
my daughter was 10 days old. I was running
listen.
on 3 hours of sleep a
So,
night.
so
I agree that was bad.
yes,
We're not
yeah,
gonna do that again.
yeah. So if you do that, they're gonna make you pay. It's trouble. If you don't take advantage of times when you are supposed to actually body someone and shoot, if you don't take advantage of that, you're playing into their hands, and now they're going to go down and they're going to score. That's why I say the game is not on you scoring, it's going to be based on how you play Wars. Mark it down, everybody. They lose, I'm blaming Wars. All right.
All right. That's usually what happens anyway. So it's it's fine. It's fine. I'm built for it. I'm excited actually. I haven't been on a team like this in a long time where I can just kind of there's no pressure on me to get any
Yeah.
buckets anywhere.
Yeah.
I haven't been on a team like this in a long time. Or to create. Because even on some of the teams where we had some players, it was, yo, I have to make the pass to make that creates the bucket.
Yeah.
Now I can even hypothetically, I can hang out 3 point. If I hit my first three, I come out, I'm wide open. They tell me to shoot. I had a three. Now I can just camp out of the 3-point line and play defense and watch my team go off. I'm like, go out, yo, go ahead.
That's true.
I'll say, hey, you need a screen? I got you, boss. All right, boom, screen, pop out. Y'all got it. You don't need me to post up. You don't need me to be the guy that's distributing. You don't need me to do anything. But on this defensive end, I'm gonna get 3 blocks and 15 boards for y'all. So let me know if you need me on the other side. That's it.
And that's why I say it's going to be based on you doing what you're supposed to do.
I will do whatever the team needs from me.
Yeah.
And I like to think of myself as I play winning basketball. So you put me next to 3 guys that can score 20 plus a game, that have scored 20 plus a game in this league. One of them's put up 47. Marcus last time was with me had 23 a game. He's been 25 a game. What the hell y'all need me to shoot for? I'm not
But
shooting.
here's one thing that's going to happen.
Below average 25 a game.
There's one thing that's going to happen this game, and I don't know whether it's actually going to go in. Darius is going to attempt to dunk on one of y'all. It may actually go in, or it may not. But
I'll say this. I have never been dunked on in my life. Ask me how many flagrant fouls I've gotten, though. It's a handful.
I didn't say on you, but Darius is
I'm
going to.
just telling you, if somebody tries to get up and try to dunk on me, you are getting flipped.
Darius is going to. There's going to be attempted dunk. I'm not going to say what's going on or not, but this is going to be Darius.
I'll catch you, Darius. I'll flip you, then I'll catch you. But we're making sure that dunk is not going to happen. So, anyways.
We did good on this.
That was quick. We should have done the rest of the segments like that. All right. Debo, my brother, I respect you. I'm so happy that you're a part of the podcast team.
Likewise.
For this. I'm excited for this season. It's going to be a good one. And I appreciate you giving me an A, too. I felt so loved. I felt so cared for. I saw those memes and I was like, oh, this is what we're doing?
Listen, there's a lot of things I am. I'm bald, I'm tall, but I'm not a hater.
Respect. I'm not bald, I am tall, and a hater. So where do we go? 2 out of 3 ain't bad. Anyways, with all that being said, thanks for listening to the podcast, boys. Everybody be happy. Everybody be healthy. We'll be back with you next week. Peace out, guys.
Rock.
My element.
We are NMAA. Basketball, Dean, Brotherhood.
We've got former college D1 athletes, former international players, competition at all levels. Come on, man, it's what we do best.
It's game time, grab your crew cause I got mine. Cause my 5, we gon' shut her down like prime time. We always ready, staying steady on these front lines. Lights, camera, action, and we live, call it showtime. This labor of love, we call it grind and dedication. Blood, sweat, and tears for years, call it determination. Don't get it mistaken with people hating on your greatness. We just patiently waiting to make a slam dunk statement. So turn the station to NMAA podcast. Got the commission dawn going full blast. So when they ask who's the greatest in the state, well, we're shaking bacon and breaking ankles and soul weight. I'm too clean and precise with my jump shot. Celebrate with my bow and arrow, call it guns hot. Locked and loaded with my bag and my whole squad. Always rolling deep with my team, praising one God.
Did you give it all you got? Did you give it 110%? Any team's capable of holding that championship trophy. Just depends how bad you want it.
I'm ruthless, I'm competitive. My drives on fire, I'm so tentative. I dominate, call me executive. I'm a champion. Race line, quitters never reach the finish line. I'ma get what's mine, gonna do the time, cause I'm in my prime. My mind is my weapon, my mental toughness is dead on. I'm a sharpshooter, top hooper. I'm a champion. It's not over till I say it is. Still working hard, beating blessed, time to live. It's all or nothing, I got all to give. Pushing to the last second, cause it's still time to win. Never too late, cause I'm the champion within. And the champions are made of perseverance, no quitting, ha. Yeah, that's why I'm out here grinding day and night. Always hungry, staying humble, that's my way of life. Cause every team dreams of being the number 1 seed. But do you got what it takes to make it in this league? Giving it all, gave 'em a line, going 110. Claiming it all, looking to thrive, decisions always a win. I'm ruthless, I'm competitive. My drive's on fire, I'm so tentative. I dominate, call me executive. I'm a champion.
Let's go.
In the race of life, quitters never reach the finish line. I'ma get what's mine, gonna do the time, cause I'm in my prime. My mind is my weapon, my mental toughness is their on. I'm a sharpshooter, top hooper. I'm a champion. I'm ruthless, I'm competitive. My drives on fire, I'm so tentative. I dominate, call me executive. I'm a champion.